Plaintiff Stormy Nolan says the defendant is her brother, and they were roommates for several years. Stormy claims after she moved out, the defendant got into some trouble with the law, and she's suing because she added her brother to her cell phone plan, but he has failed to pay. Defendant Willie Nolan says once Stormy moved, everything went downhill. Willie admits that he got caught up with the wrong crowd and served 10 months in jail. And he's countersuing because he claims Stormy called his probation officer to report him.
Start with you.
Well, I've known my brother all my life, of course. You know, we're 2 of 8 children. My grandmother raised us in Cleveland, Ohio. After that, we soon moved out together, and we lived with each other for like the majority of our early adulthood.
Okay, why did your grandmother raise you guys? Drug addiction?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I wanted to make that point, because we have 2 generations of people who have been destroyed by crack, which was primarily an inner city drug. Mm-hmm. 1, the crack addict. 2, the child born to a crack addict who was abandoned by the mama for crack or the daddy. And then really 3, the grandmother, the grandparent who might be up in age, or they've done all the raising of all the kids they want to raise, but now they have the burden of some more, or the joy. It was a joy for her, but it was also an unexpected obligation. And so that's 3 generations crack really hurt and destroyed the 2. But you've overcome it. Obviously, you both have, so it doesn't quite destroy it totally. They destroy themselves, and they certainly, at the very least, interfere with the growth and success of the child. I'm being instructional at this point to those in rural and suburban America where the opioid epidemic is currently present. I'm being instructional that hope you don't do it like you did the inner cities with crack and just let it flourish and then lock everybody up. And instead you intervene. And I see some of that intervention coming on, because otherwise you're about to destroy 3 generations in the suburbs and in the rural areas with opioids. The opioid user, the child born to an opioid user who might be opioid addicted, the child in their system. And thirdly, the person who has to take care of the child. So that's what I wanted to point out. Sorry for interrupting you, but that's why I ask you that, because I think it's very important that this country understands that 3 generations of inner city people were destroyed by crack, and you're about to have 3 generations of suburban and rural people about to be destroyed by opioids. But they are making enough of a noise now about opioids for it to be on the downslide. All right, go right ahead. So you all were raised by your grandmother. Yeah, you all moved out and lived together. Good.
Yes.
And how did that go?
It was fine. Like, we leaned on each other back and forth. And he's a hard worker, but then he started kind of hanging with some people, getting in a little bit of trouble, and then he caught a case. Mm-hmm. And once he caught that case, he did 10 months in jail. Okay. After 10 months in jail, he got out, and he was doing really, really well, you know, self-employed, just rehabbing houses, doing what he does. Good. He does a great job, actually. And, you know, May, I believe, he caught another small case, of which basically they were saying he was being a nuisance. That's it, talking to the police officer.
You give me some background, sir.
Well, in 2012, she moved away from me, and I kind of went downhill.
Why?
He missed me.
You sound crazy. Why? You don't go downhill just because your sister, who was your roommate, leave. That sounds like to me you were more dependent on her to survive. Go ahead.
Well, she moved away. I went downhill, running with the wrong crowd. I got convicted of 3 years to prison, but doing so well, they let me out in 10 months on a judicial release. So with all of that happening, I came home, my sister got me a phone. So
now, what did you do when you came home? You skipping, you jumping ahead?
I started back rehabbing houses.
Good.
And cutting grass.
Good.
In 2012, she moved away from me, and I kind of went downhill.
Why?
He missed miss me.
You sound crazy. Why?
Being
You gonna
enough,
go downhill just because your sister, who was your roommate, leave? That sounds like to me you were more dependent on her to survive.
Plaintiff Stormy Nolan is suing her brother, who claims after Stormy moved away from him, his life went downhill and he ended up in prison for 10 months.
Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me about the phones you're suing for.
Okay, so the phones. I got phone line in February, and I added him to my line or whatever. The agreement was for him to pay me $150 a month, and that will cover, the bill as well as the contract, the payments on the phone.
Okay.
I ain't got
And
no
what
money.
did happen?
Huh?
What happened?
I ain't got no money.
The last time you asked him to pay the bill, what has he said?
That was in August, and can I refer to let you know exactly what was said? I know here I was telling him.
She asked if she can refer to her notes, and that's so professional and dignified. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
See how well you grew up, despite your obstacles?
Yes.
I'd like the people to see this. Grandma did a great job. What's your grandmother's full name?
Ernestine Pope.
Ernestine Pope?
Yep, Big
with
Mama.
a P? All right. Big Mama Ernestine Pope did a great job with you.
Thank you.
The jury is still out on him until the end of the case. But so far it appears that she did right by him too. Go ahead.
So here, I text him once and told him to give me a date and when he can pay me. And
what'd he say?
He told me he was at work.
Let me
Just
see
kept
it. Okay. Let me see the last comment regarding
the very
phone.
last, or okay.
In terms of his response to you asking for your money. Sir, you tell me what's going on.
well, my sister asked me to pay the phone bill, and I told my sister I was going to pay the phone bill. But in the midst of that, I got into my little event. So I was going back and forth, and I had to pay a lawyer for that because I'm on probation from my judicial release. So I did miss a couple months of the phone bill, but at the end of the phone bill, I felt like I shouldn't pay because she turned my phone off.
And for the time you used it, the minutes you used, you don't think you should pay for the minutes used?
I got cash out receipts where I sent the money to her.
And it paid for all the back minutes that you owed.
Yes.
Ma'am, he says that he paid up until the time you turned the phone off.
I turned the phone off like 3 weeks ago at the most.
Sir, do you know when she turned the phone off?
I'm about to tell you right now.
That's right, doctor. Look at them text messages. Make sure you got that lie right. Go ahead. You gotta look at them text messages and see what y'all said. See what you told her.
It's not in here, but it was no.
Why shouldn't you pay for the minutes you use? Because you might have a point outside of committing to a 1-year contract. You shouldn't pay anything other than for the time you used it and for the purchase of the phone itself. And so that's why I went over that. When did you stop using it? How much did you owe on those minutes that you used and hadn't paid?
I missed 2 months.
And so when that happened, she had every right to protect her credit. I don't know why people think that somebody did them wrong when they're trying to protect their credit. Right. This woman, your sister, allowed you, she risked her credit on you. And so we get so many people that said, I was only 2 months late. Why don't she take the car back? Just for 2 months? You're not thinking about that's why you couldn't get it in your name, because you never pay on time and you don't understand the concept. You obviously don't understand the concept that causes bad credit, late payments. So yes, she had every right to protect her credit. When she saw, okay, this is about to affect my credit. He hadn't paid me in 2 months or this month's bill. Well, let me shut this off before my credit is ruined. Yes, sir, she had every right. She did right. All right, and what about the phone? What's your defense to the phone, sir? Wasn't the phone part of the purchase?
Yes.
And where is the phone? How are you gonna keep it? It's not yours. She paid for it.
It's back in Cleveland.
Right. In your possession instead of giving it back to her. Your counterclaim is for what? What has she done to you? See, you know what I'm saying? You want $3,500. You want twice as much as she does for stopping your damage to her credit. She said, I'm gonna stop you from damaging my credit, little brother. Stop me from damaging your credit, $3,500. So she's trying to stop me from damaging her credit. That's what the money for, trying to stop you from damaging. No. What's the $3,500? What happened?
Harassment.
Harassment?
Plaintiff Stormy Nolan is suing her brother, who claims after Stormy moved away from him, his life went downhill and he ended up in prison for 10 months.
How did she harass you?
Because she called my probation officer.
Uh-oh. Go
and
ahead.
part of me being out on a judicial release, I must maintain a phone. After she turned it off, she called my probation officer, notified them that I no longer have a phone.
Ma'am?
I did do that. He told me to do it.
He told you to do it for what reason?
Huh? He said, I'm not paying. Call my PO.
Huh?
He told me, I had told him, hey, at least return the phone, or I'm gonna have to call your PO and have her to get you to return the phone. He said, I am not paying. Call the PO and send me the number.
Let me see that. Sound like self-harassment then. You harassed yourself. You said, call them on me. I'm calling your PO to let them know that you'll soon have a silver suit because you stole the phone, and I'll email over the info. She says, I don't know why you want to take advantage of me, and I've been all you've had, but cool. She said, I've been all you had. Yeah, you couldn't even make it on your own without her, man. How old are you?
I'm 33.
All right. I mean, I applaud you for the work that you do as opposed to complaining about you can't want nobody hire me because I got a record. That's what I hear all the time. But you did the opposite. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself, you went out and worked for yourself. So I applaud you for that. I think second chances work. I had a second chance, and I assume it worked out. What you think?
It worked out pretty good.
Your claim is dismissed. Yours is granted. Have a good day.
Oh, we still gonna be close.
Yeah, I mean, brother.
I'm just glad it's over.
So I can stop harassing you.
Plaintiff Ron Noble says the defendant hired him to do some work at her home, and he thought she was attractive when they met, so he wanted to do right by her. However, Ron only worked for the defendant for 1 week, and she failed to pay him, so he's suing. Defendant Virginia Marcus says the second day Ron showed up for work, she went outside to greet him, and he confessed that he only married his wife for sex and money. Virginia claims Ron's work was sloppy, and he walked off the job twice, so she denies owing him for anything.
Start with you.
Hi, Your Honor. I got a call from Miss Marcus here. She was a referral from a mutual friend, and she wanted some work done on her patio to upgrade it to make it into a studio apartment. So I went over there to look at it and see what scope of work was to see what I could help her with. Well, I got a lot of empathy for her because she's an older lady and she is attractive. I thought that I would have a good relationship with her.
You don't want to seem old. She don't seem old.
That's why I say she's very attractive.
Yeah, well, she don't seem old. You talking about she old? Go ahead. Come on.
She's my age.
Stop commenting on women's ages and how they look according to their age. Come on. Before you get in trouble.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's why I had to stick up with her. I'm not validating. I ain't complicit with this. I don't agree at all. This woman, she looked 30 to me. Ma'am, why don't you give me some background on the case and your agreement with him?
The second day that Ron was there, he saw me with my makeup on when I came out in the backyard to greet him before I left for work. And I said, thank you. Then he said, I only married my wife for sex and money and sex. And my jaw dropped. and I got nervous. And I felt it was extremely
She said love. That should be the biggest thing, sir. Well, let me marry my
inappropriate.
wife because her parents had money and she had good loving. Go ahead. But I also loved her and love her. Go ahead.
It was inappropriate, and it made me as nervous as I am right now, knowing I would have to see him again.
Yep, and it should have been. Did you say this, sir? Did you say this?
No, sir.
Okay. Why did you hesitate in answering?
Plaintiff Ron Noble is suing his former employer, who claims while working for her, Ron confessed that he only married his wife for sex and money.
Let me hear from you. What was the agreement first?
I thought that I could do a good service for her, and I wanted to be a friend, and I wanted to treat her right.
You could have left that last part out, sir. You headed toward trouble in this case, because you know what she's going to say?
I don't know.
She's going to say she didn't pay you because you were harassing her. That's what she's going to say. Am I right or wrong?
You're absolutely right, Your Honor.
Okay, Your
I
Honor.
tried to stop you. I tried to stop that testimony. I knew that was going to happen. You talking about how good she looked, I knew what that was leading to, sir. That was going to be her defense. I know that. You shouldn't have been talking about her looks, and you shouldn't have told me that. She caught on to that immediately, and so I got him now. Okay, so you were complimenting her. Did you ever hit on her?
No, sir, I did never hit on her.
All right,
I just
complimented
recently got
her.
married a couple of years ago, and I am not interested. That was. I
All right,
worked
well, you spent the
for her
first
for a
part.
week. I mean, she could have, at any time during that week, she could have told me to leave because she was uncomfortable with me. She was only uncomfortable with me when it came time to pay me.
Uncomfortable in what way?
Because I texted her and asked her for pay, and she said no.
How does that make her
That's it.
uncomfortable? That means she don't want to pay you.
That's the only time that I didn't realize at that time that there was any problem. After that, I texted her several times and asked her, what's the
And
problem?
what did she say the problem was?
She never did. She could have asked me to leave at that time, but she never did. Until I asked for pay, and then she
All
said
right,
no.
We'll get back to that. And what else did he do to make you feel uncomfortable?
We shopped at Home Depot a couple of times, and he was wanting me to buy him things, items that weren't necessary for my job. And the first time we met, he said he had all his tools. I was supplied materials. He said he had all his own tools. It proceeded to make me nervous. I thought, okay.
What was the next time?
The next time?
Yes.
Yes,
he made
there
you
was the next
uncomfortable?
time. He brought it up 2 more times after that over the
Same
course
thing?
of 6 days.
The same thing?
Exact same words.
And did you ever tell him, stop saying this? I'm
I said-
uncomfortable?
I didn't say I'm uncomfortable. I said, your personal life is none of my business. You're here to do a job.
You told him that on the third time?
Second
then
time
he-
he said it.
Second, and then he said it another time.
Third time.
And how did you respond then?
I didn't. I just shut my mouth and went, okay,
And you didn't terminate him then?
no.
Okay. He continued to work for you.
Yes.
All right. And at some point you stopped him or he completed the work?
He didn't complete the work. He walked off the job twice. And the second time is when I decided, okay, his work is sloppy. He's using sheetrock nails when he should be using screws
Did
on
he
a
tell
fence.
you why he walked off?
No, he just walked
Let me
away.
ask you this. You say he did it twice.
Yes.
So the first time he walked off, did you ask him when he came back?
No.
You didn't ask him why he walked off the job. All right. Then he did it a second time. What did you do then? Did you ask him then?
No, he just drove
So a
off.
second time he walked off the job and came back and you didn't ask him that time either.
Oh, no. The second time was the last time I saw him. He walked off the
You
job.
told him?
And I
Okay.
thought, okay, I'm done too.
And he never came back.
No.
Okay.
He wanted to, and I told him, he sent me a text and said, I'm on my way over. I said, no.
Okay, did you tell him because he had walked? You didn't
No
tell
was
him
the
why?
last, No, it was the last time.
Okay, what
that he
about-
said.
Okay, did you pay him all the money he was owed?
No.
Why?
The last time I saw him, he asked me if I would put diesel in his truck. I put $100 worth of diesel in it, That's when he wanted me to buy him a chop saw and a bucket and things that don't have anything to do with my job. I said no. We picked up an anti-sag kit for my gate because it was sideways. He went in the backyard, opened the package, threw the gate pieces into a sink with cigarette butts in it that he was using for an ashtray.
You've deviated way off of what we were saying. Why haven't you paid him what you owe him?
He did sloppy work.
Okay, didn't say that because you threw me off with all the cigarette butts.
I apologize.
All right.
I don't even smoke.
You say he doesn't smoke. Nonetheless, it was those cigarette butts.
Plaintiff Ron Noble is suing his former employer, who claims while working for her, Ron confessed that he only married his wife for sex and money.
She says you did sloppy work, and you're suing her because you believe you did good work, and she says she didn't explain it to you, and you should have, ma'am. You should explain to the man why you're not paying him. Should have said you did substandard work, and therefore I'm not paying you. Did she pay you anything in the beginning, a deposit?
No, sir.
You never got a dime?
No, sir.
And how long did you work on it again?
1 week.
What did you complete in 1 week?
I completed the siding. I completed the windows. I put the fence up. I removed all the furniture and everything that she had in the patio to the garage. That took about a day and a half.
So that you did all that work, and when you asked for your money, did she say you did substandard work and that's why she wasn't paying you?
No, sir.
What did she say?
She said she'd pay me as soon as I got a PayPal account, so that's when and she was going to help me get a PayPal account.
When was that?
That was like the third or fourth day working for her.
And what
And she wanted-
month, and do you recall what month and week?
That was the last part of April.
Last part of April.
Yes, sir.
Okay. End of April.
It takes 3 days to acquire a PayPal account, so I did acquire that. And when I asked for the money, she said she had the hours all totaled up and that she would pay me. She just needed my email account so she could put it in there.
Did you tell him this?
Yes, I told him the only way I can you have to be able to take a credit card, and he says, yes, I can.
Yeah. I thought you said you weren't going to pay him because he did substandard work. That's what you just told me. That's what you said your reason for not paying him is because he did substandard work. Now he tells me that you said you would pay him. All he needed was to start a PayPal account. Now you are admitting that what he says is true. Your story was he did substandard work. That's why I'm not paying him. That's why I don't owe him, Judge. He says, no, Judge, it had nothing to do with that. In fact, she was going to pay me. She asked for the email for the PayPal account. So when I go back to you, because that conflicted with what you said, you then changed to his story.
When we first met, I told him he needed to have a credit card.
We're talking about when you agreed to pay him. Did you agree to pay him after he had completed some or all of the work?
I agreed to pay him when we first started. This is how the payment.
After he stopped, did you agree to pay him?
I wrote him a text that I needed his email account.
This is after he stopped working?
Yes, I needed his email
Okay,
address
so
for
after
PayPal.
he stopped, you agreed to pay him?
I said, I've done an accounting. I need your email address for PayPal.
To pay you, right. I mean, why are we playing word games, ma'am? I'm saying the same thing. Okay. How much did you agree to pay him?
$200 a day based on a 6-hour workday.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you haven't paid him that?
No.
Even though you told him you would?
When I saw the substandard work and as nervous as he made me with his sexual deviant behavior.
That's when you said, I'm not going to pay you.
I'm done, right?
All right. Do you remember the approximate week and month that you told him that?
Yes, he started April.
No, when you told him that, not when he started. When you told him that.
That was, I believe it was the 30th of April.
Okay, the end of April. You have any evidence after the end of April?
Yes, sir.
It has to be after the end of April because that's when she terminated you. So if you're showing me, this case will be based on what happened after April. And he's providing me evidence that as of May 3rd, you said, I thought you said you were going to uphold your end of our agreement. You owe me $1,000 for 6 days. What is wrong with you? Why are you asking that? Your response to him, ma'am, and this is May 6th, way after April 30th. I need your email address.
May 6th, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to grant him his judgment because you did agree to pay him as of May 6th, even though today you said you told him April 30th you weren't. I looked at the evidence, so I'm gonna grant his judgment. All right, have a good day.
Thank you.